everyone. So this video has been requested a few times now, and I keep thinking, why do people want to know like wacky personal facts about myself? But I can understand that if you spend a lot of time listening or watching to my videos, then maybe you want to know more about me. And so trying to think of things to share about me, I asked some of my close friends and coworkers and my family. So here's the top 14 list of things about me that they thought maybe you'd want to know. Number 1, I am divorced. I am remarried, but I did have a practice round before finding my husband Andy and having our kids and having the beautiful life we have now. So I am divorced. Number 2, I have skydived. Back in the day, it was actually after my divorce and after another bad breakup. I was trying to just, I think, be a wild, fun person, and I went skydiving. I probably would never go again, knowing how scared I was in the moment, but I think that first time you never realize how scared you might be going into it, but it was really fun. I'm so glad I did it, but don't think I would ever do it again. I don't know. Number 3, I am a middle child, and all that entails. I have the older sister who was, the first to do all the girl things, and then the younger baby brother who, he was the baby and he was the boy, and so I was kind of stuck in the middle, and so definitely have middle child syndrome. Now, number 4, I have a lot of really weird fears. I don't like the ocean. I don't like being out on the water with things looking up at me. It just terrifies me thinking about what's down there looking up at me. Drains. I hate drains. However, when I was a single woman, I had to figure out how to clean the drain and the sink. But like even when I wash the toilet, I won't stick the little thingy down near the hole because drains just freak me out. Running on trails, like going out in the woods or running away from people by myself, I figure that that's for sure when the mass murderer is going to be out there, is when I am running alone every time. So I have a very weird fear about running out in the woods or anywhere on a trail, walking anything by myself. And then the last fear is trypophobia. Sorry, I had to look at the word for it. It's that like concentric weird holes. So there's one coworker, and I know what she's afraid of, and she knows what I'm afraid of. So once in a while, she'll send me pictures that would freak out a trypophobia, and it totally does. There's certain pictures of concentric holes and things, especially like a strawberry that's sprouting, like all the seeds are turning into leaves. Freaks me out to the point that I'll start crying because I'm just like so worked up over it. It's horrible. So vacations, dream places to go, Italy and Ireland are definitely on the top of my list. I think that the more we travel with our kids, the more we realize how much we want to travel. We want to go to all the US states with our kids and just explore, what might seem mundane to people, but is really exciting and interesting to us because everywhere has history and stories to tell. So we want to travel everywhere, but Italy and Ireland are kind of my two places that I really want to go. If not a funeral director, what would I want to be? Well, I started out wanting to be an epidemiologist, which is someone who studies epidemics and work for the Center for Disease Control. And I just was intrigued by all of that, kind of how diseases spread and the base to them, and looking at patterns in that sense. But I also super interest in forensic psychology and serial killers and the mind of people who try and get away with crimes, and that they do get away with crimes for long periods of time. So that to me is something as well. So if I wasn't a funeral director, I would want to be either a private investigator or be a forensic psychologist and study bad people and their minds and how they work and why they do bad things. So number 9 is one thing I really love to do and am going to strive this year to make more time for, is going to the movies alone. I kind of found this back in the day when I had a day off during the week and I was a single person, and I would go to the cheap theater by us. So you could get a bucket of popcorn and a soda and a ticket for under $5. Like, where can you do that? And I would go and just watch movies and just check out new movies. And it was such a therapy to be in this dark space with the loud sound and enjoying and partaking in a new movie that had come out. So the movie I've seen the most times in a theater was the movie Big Fish. Such a good movie. Just magical and fantasy world, and such good story and love beneath all of the grandness. It's such a good movie. Check it out, Big Fish. Now, number 10 probably won't surprise many of you, but I am uber organized, like to the level of kind of crazy. I like things in specific orders. I have lots of files and post-it notes and labels and lists, and just, I will sometimes get too focused on getting organized to actually get the work done. So that's a problem if you're too organized, but anybody who's typically worked with me or been around me will understand how organized I am. So there's pros and cons of organization. So many people have jumped on the Shipt bus or the grocery shopping companies, the people that go grocery shopping for you and then they deliver them to your home. Well, I will never do that because I like grocery shopping. Like, it is therapy to me. Going and grocery shopping and getting food and bringing it home and then planning out meals. And well, I don't love meal planning, but I love grocery shopping. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's maybe the possibilities and the way you think when you're grocery shopping. I just love grocery shopping. There's just something about it that soothes me. I know a lot of people who absolutely hate it. So to me, it is just, it's a great thing to do. Number 12 is something that my friends and family shared as I remember people's names and I remember things about people. I remember details and events and moments and specifics that a lot of people don't. I don't remember, probably important things, but I can remember one person that I met 10 years ago in a small encounter, and I can remember like their dog's name or something silly that they maybe mentioned. Things like that stick with me, and maybe that's why it translates over good to what I do, is because I can remember families and details about deceased. So then when I talk to the families later, I recall those things and they understand that I've listened to them and that I've paid attention and that their loved one mattered to me and they weren't just another number on my list. So these last two are a little silly, but I used to be a nail biter. And when I was younger, and in trying to get rid of the nail biting kind of habit, I started painting my nails, and then I would pick the nail polish off. So nail polish painting has become a little bit of a therapy for me as well. And so I will paint my nails just for therapy, to change something up. It's one of those things when you like control and you like to have things in your life organized. Control is a big thing. And so just one thing that I can control for myself is my nails, and it's something I can do for myself. I can take a moment and do that for me. So it's always been just therapy. So nails, and I know some of you do comment on my nails, which I find odd, but I guess especially if they're red, they're gonna pop out in a video. So the last thing about me, which I never would have thought to share, but my one friend that said this is a really weird quirk about me. I hate trying on clothing in a store. Absolutely detest it, especially in the winter. Why would I go in and take off boots and take off jackets to try something on? So I am a serial buyer returner. I will go in and buy things, bring them home, try them on, and then return them. So at any point, I will at least have one bag of things to return in my car, because I'll buy things for the kids, I'll buy things for me, my husband, whatever, and then I'll bring them home, and then we'll try them all on, and then I'll go return. I don't think it's the buying and returning, it's the fact that I don't like trying on clothes at a store. I don't know what it is about it, but I don't like it. Anybody else like this? Do you buy things, bring them home, then just return what you don't want? And sometimes it's everything. It's kind of like buying online, comes to your house. and then you return. Big fan of that as well, if I don't like it. So these are the most random 14 things about me, I know. Maybe you'll find one thing that resonates with you or you think is interesting. Love to hear some fun facts about each of you as well. As I'm getting to know some of you that are serial watchers of mine, you share a lot about yourselves. You share your stories of loss and your families and your towns and just everything, your vocations and your dreams. So share an interesting, wacky, fun fact about yourself with me. Maybe something wacky you eat, something fun that you do, somewhere cool you want to go visit. I didn't even put anything about food really on my list, did I? I don't think I have any weird, odd things that I eat or things that I do when it comes to food though. So I guess that's not something that would be fun to share. But thank you guys. Watch for more videos. Find one that it just clicks with you, something that you learned, and make sure to share it. Because if you learn something from one of my videos, somebody else will as well. Everybody will go through a loss in their life, unfortunately, and everybody needs accurate, detailed information about what to expect and how to make decisions for themselves. So share a video, pass it on, and I'll see you guys next time.